Is it actually recording? It is. Awesome. Oh, hello. Um, hello to anybody that chooses to watch this whenever, whether that be while I'm making the stream slash video or after. It is currently 2:51 in the morning, May 21st, 2026, and I can't sleep. So I figured something that I can talk about as well, the title, enjoying things how you want to enjoy things. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because I'm pretty active, or not. I'm not gonna say I'm pretty active, but I'm fairly active in the r slash boy dinner, no, r slash boy dinner subreddit. Excuse me. And one of my posts I had made was a little southern snack, if you will, that was consumed in a way that isn't traditionally consumed. And that little southern snack was, it was typically it's like Coke and salted peanuts in the bottle, and like mixed in the bottle, right? And I just added my own little spin to it. I think I did Barks root beer with like honey roasted cashews, because cashews are my favorite. And I had to be careful with my wording there. um, Honey roasted cashews are my favorite. Honey roasted cashews are my favorite. And root beer, cream soda. It's one of the few sodas that I can actually like digest without me like regurgitating it, unfortunately. So that and like zero sugar, like Coke and Pepsi. Like I don't have any problems when digesting zero sugar Coke or Pepsi. And one of the comments had said it's supposed to be consumed, like I said, with the it's supposed to be consumed, salted peanuts and Coke. And I didn't even reply to the guy, and because all I could like think of to myself was like, man, like I don't give a fuck, bro. I really don't give a fuck, dude. And it made me think like, fuck, bro. There's like always somebody that's just trying to tell you how to enjoy something, or always trying to tell you how to do something. It's just like, bluntly put, like really fucking frustrating, because like no one asked. You know what I mean? Like, don't like no one asked, and maybe that person was just saying it to inform. I highly doubt it, because it's fucking Reddit. To be honest with you, well, I'm not gonna say that. Reddit can be a pretty informative place. However, the tonality at which he said it, which yeah, I know is via text. How can I tell? But I don't give a fuck. I could tell. I could tell. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, man, someone's always trying to tell you how to enjoy something. And I really, although no one really watches like these streams at all, to be honest with you, and even if someone does watch the streams, they're not watching it all the way through. But in case someone does watch it all the way through, I always, I find it very, I felt somewhat, not obligated, but I felt a little itch to just come up here and say, to enjoy things how you want to enjoy things, even if it's not like the most traditional way or whatnot. If it's, oh fuck, it's supposed to rain today, I think. Sorry for the side thought. Even if it's not the traditional way of how you should be, quote unquote, how you should be enjoying something, you should still just enjoy it that way. Because at the end of the day, no one cares, and that's how you want to enjoy it, then that's how you want to enjoy it. So, I know, fucking astounding, topic to yap about today, Jordan, but it just really bugged me. Um, and I think it bugged me a little bit more than usual because I'm trying my hardest to not what's the word, to not be so, I guess, to not be so judgy. You know what I mean? Excuse me. I think one of the I think one of the most important things that I've learned about myself in these past few months, and that I've been told by an ex close friend, was that you know I'm you know I tend to judge a lot, even if I don't mean to do it. And to be honest with you, and I didn't even like try to fight it or. Let's see what my cat is. She's sleeping. Um, I didn't even try to fight it or disagree because, to be completely honest with you, she was kind of right, or she is right. I can be a. This is a terrible looking house, but it's okay. It's a starter house. Uh, yeah, I didn't even try to fight it. And I completely agreed with her. To be completely honest with you, and I'm not using it as an excuse, but I am gonna use it as a probable cause for why I'm, you know, judgy even when I'm not meaning to be. And to be honest with you, I think that just comes from like, you know, just family shit. My family used to be. No, I'm not gonna say used to be. My family is pretty like judgy, I would say. And I definitely want to do my absolute best to step away from that and just be a lot more accepting and loving and forgiving than what I've typically been raised around and whatnot. And that goes for other like aspects of my life too, of how I was raised, it's even down to the typical, how a man is supposed to be, conversation. I definitely. This is fucking terrible. I've definitely. Yeah, this is fucking terrible. Oh my goodness, let me not do that ever again. Even with the whole stereotypical, you know, toxic relationship with my father, and not having a father in my life. I had a father figure in my life, but he's not my actual dad. I still love him a whole lot though, actually. And I'm just trying my absolute hardest to not be defined of where I came from and how I was raised, but to you know have that power in my own hands. How I want to live my life as a man, and what it means to me personally to be a man. You know what I mean? I my personal holy topic change, but I'm just gonna keep yapping. Like my personal definition of what it means to be a man is, yeah, provide and protect, those around you. That's very important to me. I want to be able to provide and protect for those that I care and love so deeply, about. But when I was growing up, it was the typical, men aren't supposed to cry, like, you're not supposed to show your emotions to people, the stereotypical shit. But, I'm trying to get away from that because it's ruined a majority, if not all of my relationships, and friendships, because living by what I think, what I thought was what a man should be is, well, to be completely honest with you, like, I feel like that developed a lot of my insecurities. And instead of like just figuring it out, not really on my own, but, you know, observing better male role models, I suppose, or being a bit more open to other things, I probably wouldn't be insecure about the things I'm insecure about now. You know, like I'm not the biggest fan of how I look, and I don't mean like, I don't know how to like word it. I'm not insecure in the way of like I don't hate looking in a mirror anymore. I think it's just like I don't know. Like it's not like a body thing, or it's not like a weight thing, you know what I mean? It's more of like I don't know. I think I just don't like the way I look, and I would kind of, drag my partners down, with that, which is extremely unfortunate. I never want to drag anyone else down with however I may be feeling, to be honest with you, because it's just not who I am. It's not who I want to be either. So, but I'm getting better at it. Um, Trying my best to right my wrongs and be a better person, be a better human at the end of the day, every single day. And that's what's very important to me. Showing up not only for those that love me, but showing up for myself as well. So, uh, but yeah, I don't ever really talk about my insecurities too much. But I know that like they can be a bitch sometimes. So, and the more aware I try to be of my emotions, and why I may be having I guess you could say an insecure breakout is very important. Like, why am I thinking this way? Why am I saying these things? Like, what's triggering me to think this way? So, because like past a certain age, I feel like, and past a certain time, like you can't really keep blaming it on how you were raised, and whatever other like negative experience I may have had with prior relationships. Like I can't use that as a crutch forever. You know what I mean? And I hate using it as a crutch sometimes now, because it just feels like I feel like it feels like I'm avoiding accountability, and that's just something I don't want to do anymore. I want to be held completely accountable and responsible for my actions and thoughts and whatnot, and how I treat other people, obviously. But there aren't too many people. I'm not even going to say guys, but there aren't too many people, let alone guys, that are willing to understand that and right their wrongs. I used to think I was like so right, like all the fucking time, and yeah, it took me a little bit to, it's kind of shameful, but you know, uh, but it's shameful that it's taken me this long to like recognize that. But truth be told, I really do feel like it's a at least it's a better late than never thing. At least I'm discovering this now, and I'm trying to like correct these behaviors and patterns and whatnot now, rather than waiting for it to get worse and destroy and complicate other other slash new relationships or friendships. And I really can't fathom the idea of dragging or hurting anybody else with my issues, my unresolved personal conflicts. So, and that's why it's very important to me that I get to the bottom of it, And is fixing the word? I wouldn't say fixing is a word, but more of understanding and, doing what I can to not stay that way. I guess you could say fixing. So, but I don't know. Part of me feels like it's never ever really truly going to be fixed. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there'll always be like little trace amounts of insecurities. I mean, like no matter how much self improvement I try to do and whatnot. And I don't mean that as in like because I can't break them, but I mean it because like at one point does it become like who you are, or not who you are, but like part of your identity, a little bit. Yeah, who you are a little bit. So, but I think it's important as long as I stay truthful to myself and those around me that care about, what I'm going through and, you know, want to see me succeed in bettering my emotional intelligence and whatnot. It's very important I stay true and communicate that with them and myself. So, um, and, I have a long way to go, obviously, but these things take time. It's not going to happen overnight. So, arguably, like I said in the prior stream, I feel like I've learned more and bettered myself more than therapy did, to be honest with you. Or at least I would like to think so. I'm trying. I try my hardest to be very aware of why I may react or feel the way I feel about certain things and whatnot. So, but I don't think this house is gonna. It's not really gonna turn out the way I wanted to turn out. To be honest with you, unfortunate. It's okay though. I'll just edit it. So, but yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else that I want to yap about? That was a pretty good. That was a pretty good rant that I was going on. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I got that out. So, I don't know. I don't have anything else I really want to rant about. I'm glad that I said what I said now though, because that actually makes me feel a lot better about myself. To be honest with you, it's slow but surely personal growth that I'm noticing in myself, and that makes me very happy. I love when I notice changes in my. Love when I. Oh yeah, I'll fix that up. I love when I notice changes in my toxic habits and whatnot. So, just want to be a better person. But yeah. Besides that, I still haven't played this world outside of recording yet, but maybe I will later. So I've got a pretty busy day ahead of me. Today, I should say, it's 3:09 in the morning, so I guess I should wrap it up in a little bit and call it a day. But like I said, I couldn't sleep. But my cat is laying on my bed and she's all comfy, so I might join her, give her a fat kiss on the forehead and cuddle next to her. So, but, well, whoever chooses to watch this after, thank you for listening. Even if you don't listen to it all the way through, I really appreciate it for giving me even like 10 seconds of your time to yap and invade your speakers. But, and, yeah, I really appreciate it. And I still haven't like taken the time to go back and look at my prior live streams. But I will soon. I do plan on looking back at them soon and, reflecting even more than I've been doing recently. So, but like I said, thank you all to whoever chooses to listen, even for a brief moment. And I will yap to you all later. Bye bye.